Hi, everyone, and welcome back. It's Thursday and the last day of March. Indeed, it's the 31st. Thank you for spending a little bit of it with me this evening on tonight's program. We'll talk about the biennial highway construction plan for McGoffin County and what major projects are still looking to be funded in it. And we will as well talk about the last of four individuals in a McGoffin and Johnson County case, primarily Johnson County, that led into McGoffin County, the last of four to change their plea from not guilty to guilty in a federal case that started at the investigation of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. And Sagersville woman was the last to change her plea on yesterday. I have quite a bit of details for that plea agreement. We also have some other news and information, and I will as well back up and just real quickly in just a second go over a couple of reports that I had last night. I know audio troubles again on the Foothills feed. My apologies again. I can tell you, however, today that great guy who is a friend of mine and who has worked very hard to try to find this problem for a long time now has spent much of the day doing so again. And he's narrowed it down to possibly two things, one of which we're trying right now. So fingers crossed, bear with us, and they apologize, as do we, for the issue. With that said, let me go back and redo a couple of reports real quickly before I go any further with tonight's headlines. A couple of things that we made mention of last night that those of you on Foothills were unable to hear, beginning with a structure fire. A McGoffin County woman who lives on Gun Creek at the residence, or excuse me, at the mouth of Fletcher Hollows, where her residence is, came out of the shower late night before last to a smoke-filled home and barely made it out, suffering some minor smoke inhalation along the way. According to run sheets from the District 3 Fire Department and a telephone interview just a few moments ago with Chief Tanner Stevens, they received the word last night from 911 about a quarter till midnight about a structure fire on Gun Creek near the mouth of Fletcher Hollow. It was there that they responded and found a woman who had just barely made it out of her home. According to records, she was in the shower, stepped out of the bathroom a few moments later to a house filled with smoke, and was literally able to only get out with some clothing on her back, keys to her car, and her cell phone, which I believe was actually dropped and destroyed on her way trying to make it out safely. The District 3 Fire Department arrived at the residence of Donna Bailey a short time later. They were able to get a lawnmower and some other miscellaneous items out of the garage, but that was it. The home was completely engulfed in flames upon their arrival, and they had only a matter of a few seconds to try to help save some of her personal belongings. I also understand that Bailey was treated for minor smoke inhalation at the scene and refused medical treatment. The fire is believed to have started due to some sort of electrical malfunction or nature. Another report that I shared last night was that of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department holding an active shooter training or exercise recently, something they do quite often and at requests from local businesses, schools, churches, and the like. And you don't have to be a Johnson County resident to make that request. One of their deputies, Tim Clark, has been trained himself at Texas A&M, and with his experience, he is now able to pass that training, as well as with assistance from the department, on to local businesses like the Southeast Kentucky Beauty College, where they were last week.
A few weeks ago, for the second or third time, the Southeast Beauty Academy has contacted us to conduct a active shooter training for them. Their students are always in attendance. They are very eager to experience the situation, and it's very enlightening for them. We even had discussions with them after the training. Would you do something different? Do you see where you might be able to change something to better increase the survival rate if this did happen to occur at your facility? Most of the time, they have some form of a reaction. They communicate with us as to what they think they could do different, what they should have done a little different, but hindsight is always much better viewed. They now have a little forewarning. They have an insight as to what to expect. And I think it's a blessing for them to realize that this can happen to any location in our area. We pray that it doesn't, but realistically, we have to be prepared as much as possible.
Sheriff Saylor says his department has prepared themselves to conduct active shooter situations or exercises by having Deputy Tim Clark trained himself at Texas A&M. And he has brought that knowledge and accreditation, if you will, back to Johnson County, where they have now for a number of times gone to many places throughout the community, like this location where they go back when they have a new set of students, so that everyone can feel safe in their environment, something that we all used to take for granted, but something that we just can't anymore.
Yes, we're available. We try to schedule with the requesting party to meet their convenience as well as ours. Deputy Tim Clark, he has been trained through Texas A&M to provide this service. He's very fluent in providing this service. He does a good job with this. Everyone is always pleased. He's been contacted by agencies or businesses even outside of the county, and he will go and try to provide the service for them as well. Safety is always our main concern, and if we can give someone some insight as to what might possibly happen, it's a blessing for them as well as it's a service to our community.
Again, Saylor says you don't have to live in Johnson County to request the services. They go out of the county, have done, and will be glad to do so. Again, just call his office if you would like to set up an active training shooter session or exercise at your place of business or otherwise. So with that said, when I come back, we'll get to tonight's headlines after just a word or two.
Hello, I'm former McGoffin County educator and basketball coach Danny Adams. I want to tell you about a Republican candidate for sheriff of McGoffin County, my son, Neil Adams. As a highly trained narcotics investigation detective with 21 years of law enforcement experience, Neil knows and understands McGoffin County and will work endlessly to protect our youth and all citizens from the drug epidemic. With Operation Unite, he was named Detective of the Year and also awarded the Hal Rogers Leadership Award. Leadership matters. Vote for a McGoffin County man that will bring strong law enforcement and leadership that unites, not divides our county. Vote Neil Adams, Republican, for sheriff.
I'm Kelly Collins from Golden Law Office. I began my legal career in Lexington, representing some of the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided me with the inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will prepare to defend your case. I'm now taking that knowledge and returning to my hometown in Eastern Kentucky to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
If you've been waiting on the new Samsung Galaxy S22 device, then the team at Appalachian Wireless has some good news for you. Appalachian Wireless is launching all Samsung S22 models on sale. Every S22 model will be $150 off normal contract pricing, or take $100 off and we'll pay the taxes on the Appalachian Advantage. Visit one of our retail or dealer locations and on the web, because we don't want you to miss this fantastic deal. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Hello, McGoffin County. I'm Eddie Jenkins, Republican candidate for Magistrate, District 2. First, I want to personally thank all of you for your help last election. Since that time, you have not left my mind. Now, I humbly ask for your support once again. And with your help and the strength and progress we've made these last few years with endorsements and such, we can go the distance. It's my continued dream to serve you, the voters of District 2, as your magistrate. Help me help our community this May. Vote Eddie Jenkins, number 3 on the ballot.
My name is Tony Allen, and I'm a candidate for McGoffin County Clerk. Just as my family and I have served you at our restaurant, the Farmhouse Diner, we will be there to serve you in the clerk's office. You will be greeted with a smile. The office will be organized, neat, inviting, and we will do all we can to help everyone, regardless of your party, last name, or how you vote. We will be open during lunch, and we will have a long evening each week for folks who get in late. We will be open every other Saturday and have a plan to better serve the elderly in our community. I'm fighting to win this election and the trust of McGoffin County. I will not let you down, nor will I forget that the people chose me to be their clerk. Vote number 1 on the ballot, Big Tony Allen for McGoffin County Clerk.
It is never too early for spring to spring at the seasonal shop, and it has. With new ladies' fashions in and arriving daily from all the fashion houses you've come to love, like Royce, Mud Pie, Charlie Page, Simply Southern. They have a new line of spring teas from Ivory Ella and amazing scents in soaps, body lotions, and home fragrance diffusers by Michael Design Works, with something for every room in the house. Plus new home decor, and as always, so much more at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. A McGoffin County woman is the last of 4 to change her plea from not guilty to guilty in a federal case that began in Johnson County some time ago. It was a years-long investigation up to the point of August of last year that the Johnson County Sheriff's Department, assisted by Operation Unite and DEA out of London, started investigating the trafficking of high quantities of methamphetamine in the Johnson County area. This is one of several federal cases that I have covered over the course of the past several weeks. In this particular case, the Johnson County Sheriff's Department executed a search warrant at the home of a Charles Allen Chandler in Tudor Key back last August. It was there that they uncovered and seized almost $19,000 in cash, in all almost 3 pounds of methamphetamine, and a significant quantity of heroin and other items. Chandler was arrested at his residence and charged with trafficking, and 3 others were charged in conspiracy with him, that being Ashley and Corey Johnson of McGoffin County, as well as who was believed to be the supplier, J. Sean Robinson out of Michigan, who was arrested on the scene of that initial search warrant execution on not just drug-related charges per that investigation, but also on an outstanding armed robbery warrant from another state. Charlie Chandler, who was targeted by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department for being a mid to upper level dealer moving serious amounts of methamphetamine and heroin every month. He, as well as J. Sean Robinson, the man that authorities say was supplying the drugs from Michigan, and Corey Johnson, a McGoffin County man, had all changed their pleas from not guilty to guilty prior to yesterday. As I said, Ashley Johnson was the last to do so in the case. Per a plea agreement that I've got a copy of, she has pled guilty to 1 count of the underlying indictment, which charges a violation of conspiracy to distribute controlled substances, including methamphetamine and heroin, with the United States saying they will not bring additional charges against the defendant based upon the evidence in its possession at the time of the execution of that plea agreement. The federal government contends that on August the 12th, as I referred to a few moments ago, law enforcement executed that search warrant at Chandler's residence in Johnson County, where they found about 3 pounds of methamphetamine and over an ounce of heroin in totality and about $19,000 in cash. They also say that Ashley Johnson was working with and assisted J. Sean Robinson in distribution of methamphetamine and heroin and collecting the money from the drugs that were sold. And on that day in question, after law enforcement had conducted their search at Chandler's residence, they say that Ashley Johnson was intercepted on her way to that residence with another pound of methamphetamine and an ounce of heroin, an amount that they say she routinely delivered to Chandler on multiple occasions. As for the plea agreement with the time to be served, that is not listed specifically. All I can tell you is that the plea agreement does stipulate that the statutory punishment for count 1 is 10 years to life in prison and up to $10 million in fines. However, of course, the United States has a calculation, if you will, recommending different sentencing guidelines that essentially says that pursuant to law, the defendant's relevant conduct includes at least 10,000 kilograms of converted drug weight, that's including the actual methamphetamine and methamphetamine mixture, which corresponds to a base offense of level 34. And they are reducing that with her plea of guilty by a couple of levels. Other than that, we have no idea what she will be sentenced to, nor the others. All are due for sentencing, I believe it is later on in June. Johnson, as do the others, also waives her right to appeal the guilty plea and the conviction, but not the sentence. The 2022 through 2024 biennial highway construction plan has been forwarded to the governor for his approval and signature. It breaks down, of course, by county, and we are focusing on McGoffin in just a few moments, and a couple of major projects are contained therein, including the continuation of the Mountain Parkway expansion project, as well as a multi-million-dollar project on West Maple Street and the Ivy Point Hill area. They're both still on the books to be hopefully started, if not completed, in the next few years. We had some questions as of late as to whether or not specifically the Ivy Point Hill Improvement Project was still on tap. That appears to be the case, that it is, with the documents that we have received. Again, the biennial highway construction plan, which has been sent to Governor Beshear for his approval, right now does detail at the top of the list here in the Magoffin County 114 area, the Mountain Parkway corridor, extending the 4-lane from 460 to the Magoffin-Floyd County line at an estimated $5.3 million. There are 2 guardrail projects that are slated in the biennial, one on Kentucky 867, one on Kentucky Route 40. The exact locations, I do not have that information, both at around $60,000 apiece. And also slated is the improvement of US 460 West in Magoffin County at the Ivy Point Hill west of Sagersville, essentially taking out that curvy Ivy Point Hill portion of 460 that we have known for generations, coming in at $4.3 million and another $40,000, still slated, again, for the biennial construction plan. We'll let you know when we hear more about its beginning start date. For now, a brief break. I'll be right back after a few messages. Stay tuned.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
Now available at Independent Signs and Graphics, custom laser cut Kentucky bourbon barrel heads in unused, fresh, white oak, or from authentic Kentucky bourbon barrels with that used patina and slight aroma of Kentucky bourbon. And we do custom leather patched hats and wall hangings. Need a business logo? We can do that too. And we do banners, plastic, aluminum, decorative, hanging signs, vehicle graphics, and wraps. And we will meet or beat any area price on any campaign sign and material. 4x8s, yard signs, bumper stickers, flyers, whatever you need. And the quality of our workmanship, materials, and artwork are always top shelf at Independent Signs and Graphics here at the Sagersville Independent, 349-2915. Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question, with 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Hello, I'm William Bill Meade, and I'm a Republican candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff. Like you, I'm concerned about the effects that drugs are having on our loved ones. With over 33 years of law enforcement experience and training, I know how to combat this problem. I will run a financially responsible office and be accountable for your tax dollars. After looking at the sheriff's budget, I know that I can provide this county with a much-needed 24-hour patrol. I'm William Bill Meade, and I'm number 4 on the Republican ballot, but I'm number 1 for Magoffin County.
Well, with the audio problems that they had last night, I'm going to redo a couple of birthdays last night. I'm going to add one to it tonight as well as we go to this evening's Magoffin Farm Bureau calendar. First off, celebrating her birthday on Saturday the 2nd, a bit early, but from your loving husband, Laureen, happy birthday tonight. Celebrating an anniversary, I don't know which, of her 50th. He says, happy birthday to Laureen Howard. Happy birthday to you on Saturday. The birthdays that I had for last night, from the Cow Creek Church of God family to Arbadella Reed. Happy 83rd birthday to you yesterday. Happy birthday, Arbadella. Happy birthday to you. And to a now 14-year-old plus a day, Holly Kate Mead, happy 14th birthday yesterday to you from Mommy and Daddy, Will, Granny, Paul, Margie, Uncle Neil, Uncle Bobby, Aunt Glenda, family, and friends who all love you bunches. A happy 14th yesterday to Holly Kate Mead. Happy birthday to you. I've got a bunch of things from the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center. First off, they're having a special event at Camp Nathaniel. This is an annual trip they haven't been able to take for a few years, but they're going to get to this year. This is going to be for dinner and church service, and they plan on stopping at Yoder's, I'm told, after it's over. Monday, April the 18th, so a couple of weeks away, but call Marlene, let her know you're planning on going to arrange transportation. 349-5152, of course, is the number to the Senior Citizens Center. That's coming up Monday, April the 18th at Camp Nathaniel. Wonderful service, a wonderful meal, and a wonderful trip with some of our seniors. Jemima Boone, Life on the Frontier, funded by the Kentucky Humanities Council. Their Chautauqua series is coming to the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center. That's going to be Thursday, April the 21st at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, it's free and a wonderful opportunity to take a little trip back in history with Jemima Boone. Again, Life on the Frontier. Again, Thursday, April the 21st at 6 o'clock at the Senior Citizen Center. Also from our seniors, the Big Sandy Senior Games are coming up, the 35th annual Big Sandy Senior Games. Can you believe that? Now, they're going to be at the Dewey Lake and at the downstream area. This is Friday, May the 20th. So, again, if you have any questions, you can call Marlene or call them at 800-737-2723. Bowling, the mile walk, the football toss, the softball toss, the free throw shooting, cornhole, shuffleboard, bingo, archery, mini golf, and much, much more. Call to register as soon as you can. Bids and Beans is a 3-church event at the head of Coon Creek Church this Saturday, day after tomorrow at noon. Big fundraiser there, a lot of good eats. And the Bloomington Fire Department is as well having a big fundraiser this Saturday in the Sagersville City Park, starting at 10 in that morning with a vendor sale, soup bean dinner, live music, and prizes. And the Middle Fork Fire Department folks are doing so at their fire station, not this Saturday, but a week therefrom on the 9th, starting at 3 o'clock with some wonderful food and an open mic for candidates. I'll give you an open mic for your announcement here every weeknight for birthdays and anniversaries, too. It's as simple as sending that information to me so I can tell everyone else about it. From there, one funeral service announcement. As I understand, services are being arranged at this time and pending for Patty Connolly Holbrook, 81 of Sagersville, who passed away earlier today at the King's Daughter Medical Center in Ashland, the wife of the late Herbert Holbrook Jr. Announcements to be made per her arrangements through the Sagersville Funeral Home at a later time. Not everything has changed over the years. Fraser's Prater Drugstore is still your most trusted pharmacy, where you can get your prescription brought to you curbside or make your way to the counter for a snack, lunch, or an incredibly sweet treat. And check out Strings and Things inside the shack, the Radio Shack, musical instruments, guns, ammo, electronics, and more. It's as wonderfully unique of a shopping experience as is the selection at Fraser's Prater Drugstore in downtown Sagersville. Whether the new year brings you new dreams or you're working towards the same ones, let Sagersville National Bank help you build, bank, or save for them. Sagersville National has been helping dreams come true since 1902. Give them a call at the main location, 349-3131, or the branch, 6121.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
And that's going to take us to your weather forecast, where it's not going to be near as bumpy of a ride as it was last night. it was a howling night and morning due to winds which hit 50 miles per hour and then some in the viewing area and parts thereof. A lot of trees down, some down power lines. I know some roofs seeing some damage, a few barns as well. I think at least one blown over in the area, but no serious damage and no injuries is the bottom line from what was a pretty good cold front that roared through during the overnight. Nothing like that in your 7-day, but there is still, of course, a somewhat active weather pattern therein. Yeah, some systems on the move, producing some winds and some showers. Well, that's going to be a topic of discussion on a couple of occasions throughout your 7-day. 38 degrees tonight as we have felt a little bit more of a chill in the air, certainly with the winds that we've seen today, which are still out of the west at anywhere from 7 to 15 miles per hour or so. A 40% chance of showers tonight. Light rain at most, if we see that, or some sprinkles, I think, at most. That's mainly between 10 in the p.m. and 5 tomorrow morning. Otherwise, again, mostly cloudy and some decent winds, but lessening winds out of the west. Tomorrow, clouds will give way to sunshine. There is a chance of some a.m. sprinkles, 9, 10 o'clock or so. Then cloudy skies will become sunny. We'll top out right around 51 tomorrow. We will not shake the winds out of the west up to 20, 22 miles per hour at times for your Friday. And when we hit 25 tomorrow night, that means widespread frost tomorrow night and into your Saturday morning. We will rebound pretty nicely on your Saturday temperature-wise with 62 degrees. Widespread frost being replaced by increasing clouds and winds still up to 15 miles per hour out of the southeast at times. That night, we'll see about a 20% chance of some lingering showers, mostly cloudy and a low of 41 on your Saturday. That next system clears up a little bit for Sunday, leaving us mostly sunny and 61, but clear. And another night down around 32, which will give us some more frost in the forecast. Not as quite as heavy as tomorrow night and Saturday morning, but a 34-degree morning will, of course, include some frost. With that said, Monday, 68, 47, partly sunny for your high and low. And look at that warming pattern. You do have to pay with some clouds and some showers. 70 on your Tuesday after a 68 Monday, mostly cloudy, and a 70% chance of showers on Tuesday. We'll see a little more sun than clouds on your Wednesday, upper 70s. And some partly cloudy, partly sunny skies on your Thursday, still holding on to the upper 70s with still a 50% chance of showers. It is springtime in Kentucky. And that will do it for tonight. Hope to see you back here tomorrow, wrapping up this week and starting off the month of April when I see you then. Good night, and thank you for watching.